situation is legit.
Then it's legit, but that don't mean any of this is doable.
These are some very powerful individuals, apparently. Capable of pulling strings on folks that don't even realize they're puppets.
Pretty much guarantees a double cross, then. Guys like us are a loose end for people who don't want loose ends.
Our boss has some thoughts about that. Thinks we'll have sufficient leverage to come out okay. I think he's envisioning us as the Praetorian Guard of the new dynasty.
Well, he's ambitious, I'll give him that.
Don't forget, we have ridiculous firepower.
That does tip the scales a bit.
Raptor Base, this is Raptor 2-7. Keep your hands on your goddamn head!
2-7, this is Raptor Base. Go ahead.
We intercepted some individuals that claim to be from the theater settlement.
Understood, 2-7. They sound a little unruly.
They're a bit feisty, that's for sure. What should we do with them?
Depends how much paperwork you want to do.
As little as possible?
Then it's best they never existed.
I see your point. Probably even better if we don't discharge our firearms.
You catch on fast, 2-7.
How's Bonnie fitting in?
The others think he's a rabid fucking weasel. They aren't wrong.
You know, you need to make it work.
It'll work just fine. I ain't yet met a Bronco I can't break.
How soon will the unit be ready to deploy then?
It depends on the assignment. We could be ready tomorrow if we're just cracking heads, but more complicated targets will require custom training.
Look, nothing fancy for now, but there's a lot of groundwork to lay. Obstacles to be knocked down.
Knocking shit down is my specialty.
Yeah, I know it is, Bar, but you be ready to move out in a week, and no fuck-ups.
You have my personal guarantee.
He's left-handed. Huh? He would have held the pistol in his left hand. Big fucking deal. You think anyone's going to notice? I think we had best not take chances unless we want to face the consequences. Whatever. Wipe the grip and do the job properly. Fine. There. You happy? Of course not. This situation is completely fucked. Oh, Mendes wasn't going to unfuck it. That's for damn sure. Can't dispute that.
We have to assume there were no survivors.
So what does that mean for us?
A new plan and a new enemy.
Division?
Bingo.
Then we need to do something about their advantages.
That's the new plan.
Where are we supposed to get that kind of intel?
We already have it. I got a list of key targets right here.
We're seriously going after the division?
We are seriously going after them, and we are going after them seriously. We are gonna gag them, blind them, kick them in the nuts, and steal their lunch money.
This is gonna be fun. We finally agree on something.
In a stand-up fight, a couple of division agents ain't nothing to worry about. The problem is getting them in a stand-up fight. They're crafty fuckers.
They've got a vulnerability, same one anybody has when they're trying to protect something.
There are also traitors among them that we can use to our advantage.
The first step is to cripple their network. That'll expose them, make them weak. Then, we start picking them off.
Our primary task is to reclaim the capital from the hostile forces that presently control it. These include operatives of the Strategic Homeland Division, now considered a rogue agency that must be brought to heel. Civilian militias and remnants of the three dominant factions active within the area of operations must disarm and submit to the rule of law, or they will be classified as insurgent groups and dealt with accordingly. We have seen little evidence that anyone in this shithole of a city intends to play nice. So I advise that you shoot first and shoot last. It is notoriously easier to negotiate.
What is this thing, exactly?
It's a medication that cures viral sicknesses, in the way the antibiotics cure bacterial sicknesses.
Probably would have been pretty useful 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah, there were a couple different broad-spectrum drugs in clinical trials at the time, but mass production was out of the question, even if they'd been fast-tracked.
So where did this one come from?
Facility in Ann Arbor. We're chasing that down separately. Now your task is to recover those doses that were shipped to D.C.
What are we gonna do with them?
God damn it, use your imagination, Bar. Who's not gonna sell their soul for a miracle cure?
Hyenas?
That's what they call themselves. Don't ask me.
Huh.
They're essentially an alliance of gangs led by a council of representatives from the toughest subgroups.
Federation of assholes.
Pretty much.
What about the True Sons? Former JTF commander went bad. Started his own private army. for a while when it comes to territory and firepower.
And the outcasts?
Crazies.
That's very incisive, Brenner.
They survived a forced quarantine. Got fucked over pretty bad. They're pissed about it. Now they're on the rampage. Typical terror-style tactics, mostly. Dabbling in biological warfare.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like I said, crazies.
Well, they're all the Division's problem for the time being, but, maybe we can destabilize the situation a bit?
Hyenas are probably the best bet. Feed them some material support, they'll be a thorn in everybody's side, and they aren't organized enough to present a serious problem in the long term.
Good recommendation, Eli. I'll talk to the boss.
Situation's changed. I need you to back off the Division.
Back off how far?
All the way.
Well, that's pretty fucking far.
Look, you got a problem with that, Bar?
Well, hell no, boss. I'm just surprised is all. It's not like you to call off a hunt.
Look, you know how it goes in this business. Today's enemies are tomorrow's friends. If there's a way we can all come out of this as teammates, so much the better.
You really think the Division is gonna play ball?
Doesn't seem unreasonable to expect them to keep doing their fucking jobs.